All right, more breaking news here at 8 o'clock. We have another pursuit here in just minutes. Let's go up to our Desmond Shaw live in SkyCal with the very latest. Des?
Yep, right when one ends, another one goes off here, and this is going to be southbound on Mission Road, and we're going underneath the new but very dark 6th Street Bridge here. You see LAPD with their helicopter overhead. They were really worried about this person getting out and running, and they're actually kind of in tracking mode right now. So this was LAPD Hollenbeck where we were hearing about this. We'll try and get behind this building right here, but you can see they're just kind of all on their lonesome right now. The LAPD units are back there. There's about 5 or 6 of them, but they're kind of hanging back, laying low a little bit right now. I heard them say something on Hollenbeck regarding a search warrant, not far away from where the suspect took off. It's not clear what that was all about, so we don't know what the want is exactly on this. The passenger door was also open, and the helicopter was concerned that they were trying to maybe throw something out of the window. So on 7th Street now, back over by the LA River, just kind of see how far back, you can see how far back LAPD is on this one. But we know how this can go in downtown LA, and if this is someone that they really want, it's going to be kind of tough to give them a lot of room with all of these tall buildings and try to rely on the helicopter, because it's definitely difficult for us, and it is for LAPD as well, trying to follow these through downtown LA. Yeah,
ground units and air units in pursuit here. Our Mike Rogers on the desk also getting some information for us on this pursuit. Mike, as his car just ran a red light.
Yeah, the car ran a red light. The watch commander did give permission for them to re-engage, so we should see those units start to catch up soon and be back in full-blown pursuit mode. We are still working to get what the want is on this car and figure out why the LAPD was chasing it to begin with. You heard Desmond mention that there was mention of a search warrant, so it's unclear if this person took off while they were trying to do that, but here you see this LAPD black and white now fully behind it as we are back in full-blown pursuit mode. Part of the factors is the fact that sorry, I'm listening to some radio traffic here. Felony suspect wanted for narcotics.
Mike, it's an older car, huh?
It is an older car. So that lines up with what Desmond was hearing with the search warrant thing. This is a felony wanted suspect who is wanted for narcotics. So likely, it's unclear if Hollenbeck was doing it or if there was a specialized unit.
I was just going to ask, maybe a narcotics unit?
Yeah, if detectives were doing it or G&D or who knows. But somebody was trying to get him, and he took off, and that's what this is. So this is a felony suspect that is wanted for narcotics. It's unclear what that nature of narcotics is. Is that trafficking? Is it possession?
It doesn't necessarily mean he was selling drugs tonight or involved in some sort. It could be that he was on a wanted
radar,
list,
right?
Right. It sounds like the way that they're kind of describing it is it sounds like this person had a warrant, and that's why they're trying to take him into custody now. So that's what they're dealing with. So obviously, if that's the case, this is a known suspect to them. They know who this person is, and so they've got a pretty good idea. As we're getting on the freeway, it looks like, Des?
Yeah, it looks like we'll be probably getting on the 101 here, I think. This is going to take us, the eastbound 10, actually. Looks like we'll be getting on here. So, yeah, boy, kind of deja vu, tracing some of the steps of that last pursuit that we were on. So, eastbound side of the 10, as the suspect gets ready to go underneath us here, we'll see where they're going to go through the East LA interchange. And we're pretty sure, we saw someone, a passenger in this vehicle as well. And we'll take this opportunity to see if we can get a better look. But yeah, there's definitely a passenger there, and that door was open, and we heard the helicopter talking about them either throwing something out or looking like the passenger wanted to get out and run, but the vehicle never slowed down enough if that was the case, if they wanted to get off. So now back off, making the transition here. Looks like this is going to take us, I believe, to the northbound 5 right now. So through the heart of the Eastdale interchange, there's LAPD's helicopter right there. We'll see what their next move is, but all over the place at the downtown area, the warehouse district, and now on to the freeway here and coming through the Eastdale interchange. This older Nissan, I believe it's a Nissan Sentra. This is pretty much a classic car now at this point. Looks like it's actually very well taken care of. Always, I hate to see a cherry old car like this involved in a pursuit, but definitely not a very capable vehicle unless this was modified. It's just a 4-cylinder engine, maybe like around 100 horsepower or something, but still a pretty cool car to see. Just don't want to see one in a pursuit like this.
And Desmond, this was originally a following?
Yeah, well, it's hard to say. I mean, it sounds like it was like an attempted, search warrant, like serving a search warrant before anything, and then the suspect took off, and then that was briefly they were pursuing, and then they they went into tracking mode, but now it looks like, we're officially in pursuit mode again as we're off the freeway once again. So on and off the freeway, Boyle Heights, East LA area. Now we'll be getting on to the northbound side of the 5. So right off and back on again. And now we're on the Golden State Freeway here. And this we first heard about in the Lincoln Heights area, so LAPD's Hollenbeck division. And we'll see what the next move is going to be. Now northbound on the Golden State Freeway.
Interesting to see these two pursuits back to back, right? One's LAPD, the other one's sheriffs.
Yeah.
The first one, they were wanted for reckless DUI. We didn't know that they had a gun until they ran away from the car. In this case, it's felony narcotics. The charge is a lot more serious, Mike. So curious to see how these two different agencies are handling a pursuit like this tonight.
Yeah, and just to add to, whatever's in the water tonight, there is another pursuit going on right now in South LA of a kidnapping suspect. So,
oh my goodness.
We're sticking with this one, but there is another one that is happening right now. A different LAPD ship is going to deal with that one as we navigate these surface streets. But yes, I mean, you'll see, how the different agencies are going to handle this. So far, pretty close to the same, I will say that, how the different agencies are going to handle this. So far, pretty close to the same, I will say that the sheriff seemed a little bit more on the tail of their guy, or their suspect a little bit earlier. LAPD certainly weighed the options. They tried tracking mode. That didn't do anything for them. It's interesting because they tried tracking mode, and twice it sounded like they were going to bail and get out and run on foot. The airship was like, oh, passenger door's open, driver's door's open, and then it closed, and then they got back in and kept going. So I think once they realized that these guys weren't going to bail while they were in tracking, that's when they decided to re-engage. Plus, you had the fact that you're going into downtown LA, and dealing with the tall buildings, making it difficult for the airship to stick with it. But here we are at Bailey and State, and you see that park. It's 8:30 at night. It's not terribly late, so you always get worried that there's families or kids or somebody out in these neighborhoods, especially when we're in these kind of more surface street neighborhoody areas.
And Mike, this car is so specific too, right? So just abandoning it and running away. It's not reported stolen,
no,
right?
Wrong way freeway.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Wrong way on the freeway. Yikes.
Yeah, going. Yeah.
Oh,
man.
no.
Yeah. I
So they'll
hope he doesn't go
discontinue
around a big curve here or something. But I mean, yeah, and I don't think LAPD is going to be following this, but it's really doing this right now. This is a obviously super desperate maneuver. Well, let's see if they're maybe going to be bailing from the freeway here. I have a feeling they're bailing under the freeway right there. Maybe knew that he was kind of daring LAPD to follow him under the freeway, and they didn't want to do that. We have not seen that vehicle come out, and so probably ditched the vehicle and hiding under the overpass here of the 10 and Soto Street.
Were those units pretty close behind him, Desmond?
Well, they didn't go in, right?
Well,
they
didn't go in. They didn't want to go down the on-ramp. They stopped right there.
Oh, okay.
Now, I just wonder if we see the spotlight now kind of all over the place, wondering if they got out and ran. So this is, boy, a really frustrating situation when you have a wanted narcotics suspect, but we haven't seen anybody come out. You've got obviously the underpasses, you've got trees, you've got a lot of brush to hide in here, and it's going to be tough to guide units in here.
Well, if you're just joining us here on KCAL News or CBS LA at 8 on KCAL 9, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We are following our second pursuit of the evening, actually. This police pursuit of a narcotics suspect, actually still looking for this person. They drove right underneath the freeway overpass there, and we haven't seen that car come out yet. They were actually going the wrong way, and we believe that LAPD units decided not to follow them that way. Although we did see the LA County Sheriff's Department following another person going the wrong way this evening. So lots going on tonight in the same area. We're talking about this pursuit that started in Lincoln Heights.
Yeah.
And this person apparently wanted for narcotics. We don't know exactly the circumstances of what happened during this pursuit, but we know that it turned into a tracking mode twice for whatever reason. They will do that often just because of whatever reason. They might think that they can catch up with this person later if they know who it is. And in this case, it seems like they do know who this person is. So we'll see what turns up here. But it looks like the units that we saw earlier obviously did not go back to that area that we were talking about where this person has stopped underneath that overpass. And Mike is working on to get some more information for us, Mike.
Yeah, it's just those units are finally coming in, and we'll see right now
What's incredible, Mike, the car just kind of vanished under this overpass right here.
Yeah, and it's such a terrible spot for us to be able to see. The air unit was pretty clear that he didn't have eyes on anybody. But then he just said, you know, once you get into the area, I'll light them up. So, okay, so they've got him, yeah, right here on the edge of Ashandia, Des.
Yeah, I'm hearing them talking about Ashandia, that they have him under the yeah, so somewhere right around here.
Yeah.
See if I can
And
find
passengers,
him here. I hear him giving out
passengers in custody.
yeah. Okay, yeah, jumping onto the property here. 716 to Shandia, they said. Okay, so yeah, so that's this house right here, but really dark. We'll see if we can spot him here. But yeah, now you've got someone wanted for this stuff, was taking big chances, and now they're taking another chance here, getting onto someone's property. I mean, that was a very crazy maneuver there, going the wrong way and then ditching the vehicle. And I'm really surprised that the airship was able to pick the guy up. But
so dark
they
too.
seem to have him right here. We'll see if we can get eyes on him too.
Des, can you see the car, or is the car at the overpass, under the overpass?
The car you see that is, I think it's perfectly underneath the overpass right there. We weren't. That that's it right there. You can see that, but yeah, they're trying to guide these units in right now to bring the driver into custody.
Here we go.
Just
Des.
kind of listening to the frantic radio traffic, and now we got the.
Yeah,
so they're guiding him in right now.
Yeah, there's some
Hopefully
units coming down the cul-de-sac as well.
It's just so dark out there.
Okay. Yeah, and a lot of trees as well. And this is a tough one, and I mean, boy, definitely a lot of places to hide. But you definitely run the risk of a guard dog or something back there taking a chunk out of your arm or your leg. So it's very risky of the suspect to just go willy-nilly into someone's backyard like that.
And Mike, we're getting some word from actually our assignment desk that this could be the pursuit of an assault suspect.
Yeah, we're trying to clarify some of that information. I mean, when we were listening to it, and it's possible that this person is wanted for more than one thing. I mean, that's not uncommon at all. It's just, what do they want to call it? Now, when we were on it, we clearly heard them say this is a felony narcotics suspect. But then we also heard from LAPD saying this is also an assault suspect. So we're trying to sort out exactly, if it's multiple things, which is very possible, or if it's a singular want. So that's what we're kind of working with. But LAPD did call us and told us this was an assault suspect. So we've got that. We also very clearly heard that he is also wanted for felony narcotics. So it could be a multitude of things.
So far, the passengers in custody, Mike, but the driver is not.
Passengers in custody, driver is not. And what likely happened is the airship probably had him on FLIR, which is the the night vision, the heat detecting kind of technology. So the suspect may not have realized that the airship was able to see him the whole time, because we had been listening to the airship say, I'm going to leave my light off until you guys get here. And then when you get here, I'll turn it on. And I would assume that was because he didn't want the suspect to realize that they knew where he was until they had some units in there to take him into custody. It looks like, is he right under that thing, Des?
I couldn't tell if that was just kind of the shadows, playing with the light there. But I did hear them say, they are getting the perimeter set up here. And so I think they're feeling pretty confident that they're getting this area locked down enough to prevent the suspect from getting out. But they think he's still holed up here in one of these backyards. I think this one right here with that blue tarp on the ground.
All right, so he will be in custody in a moment or two. So we're going to continue monitoring the situation here. Desmond is going to be heading to the other pursuit of a kidnapping suspect. In the meantime, we're going to move on here with more news now at 8.